In this video, we're going to show you a little snapshot of how we go about raising our daughter while living here at a remote cabin in the woods that we built ourselves. It's fall right now, which means it's apple picking season. So we're going to show you a little bit of the childhood we try to give our daughter while picking some apples and bringing them back to the cabin to turn into applesauce and apple butter. So come and join us. When I first started building this cabin in the woods, I was 18. I built it from the ground up with no prior building experience. And it certainly wasn't intended at that time to be a full-time family home. But obviously that's exactly what it ended up becoming. And one of the things I like best about raising our daughter here at our cabin in the woods in this very rural environment is that country life affords a child incredible freedom. It gives them the chance to be surrounded by fresh air, trees, and clean water, and an awareness of the earth that, in my opinion, they simply wouldn't have growing up in a city. Our daughter getting to enjoy the great outdoors on a daily basis is tremendously important to both my wife and myself, but not only for the purposes of play. That is obviously very important, but we always try to give Lily an opportunity to build practical skills. And one thing I love about country life is that it offers lots of opportunities to develop those. For instance, in this video, you're going to be following us as Lily and I walk to some apple trees that are growing in the farm field adjoining the forest where our cabin is situated. We're going to pick some of those apples and bring them back to the cabin where my wife Edita is going to turn them into applesauce and apple butter. Here are the fields right here. Beautiful at this time of year, eh, sweetheart? Be careful. Climb slow. Lily's of the age now where she very much wants to cross the cedar rail fences on our property on her own, but she's not quite steady enough to do so reliably yet, so occasionally I'll come up, scoop her up and give her a little hand. And getting to bond over such a simple action as this is another reason why we find spending time out here in the country where we live is such a gift. The sort of space that we get to enjoy really makes me feel thankful because we're not stuck on a postage stamp sized property with neighbors peering through their windows at us from all directions. I personally don't think I could stay sane for very long in that sort of environment. Bring your leg over, that's it. Yeah, balance on the top. Good. This one. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Balance on the top. Bring your other leg over. There you go. You did it! Good job. Just about everywhere on the large freshwater island where we live, trees are just brimming with apples, and although we know we'll never be able to pick and harvest all of them, there's simply too many, we want to take this gift from the land, and I want to teach Lily how to responsibly use that to help sustain us, to partner with the earth in a way that is just impossible when you don't live in a rural situation like this. Getting to pick Lily up while she's still small enough for me to lift her and get some of those high apples from the branches of this tree is an experience that I hope she will remember and value for her entire life. I know as her dad, I will, and I want to take full advantage of every moment like this that we get to share. The country offers a whole lot of those moments. I never want to take any one of those moments for granted. You know how you know these are extra good apples, sweetheart? Because they have the pink inside. You never see that in store-bought apples. Those pink streaks inside the meat of the apple. Extra flavorful. Well, I think if you bite into it some more, you will. These are just good old natural apples that have been growing on this island for a long, long time. We have a bag of them here that we've brought back to the cabin, and here's my wife Edita sorting through them. She's going to turn them into some delicious applesauce and apple butter. And for us, using the internet to find recipes for that sort of thing, and for that matter, using the internet to actually earn a living from our cabin in the woods, is another reason why we like our family being situated where it is. A lot of people have the impression that you're technologically limited if you're trying to raise a family in the country, but that's simply not the case. We have all of the same technological advantages, at least as far as I know, that people have in the city. Not necessarily the same convenience as far as shopping opportunities go, but the internet is once again changing that quite quickly as well. One of the things we like to do is to involve Lily, our daughter, in the process of creating things and doing things. We want her to feel that she's contributing to the family in some way. And obviously, exactly what that way is varies based on her age and her aptitudes in different areas. And that's where our judgment as her parents comes in. But having her get to experience this process of what we're doing today, in this case of making apple butter, and get to be part of that from the very beginning, picking the apples, bringing them home through the forest, through the fields, and then being directly involved in the process of turning them into something that can last and can help sustain our family for months to come. And having those skills imprinted on her mind from an early age so that she can carry them forward and one day teach her own kids this wonderful tradition that has been a staple at this time of year in the fall for country dwellers for a long, long time. That opportunity is something we never want to miss, to make sure that practical, useful, down-to-earth skills that are also a whole lot of fun, by the way, are something that Lily grows up with and are a prominent part of her childhood here in the woods.
Taste the juice.
Okay. I'm going to taste the juice.
It's very
Okay.
full of spices and delicious.
Delicious. Practical self-reliance is something that is easier to develop in the country because there are more opportunities to do so. And we want to make sure that from an early age, Lily understands that message and learns in age-appropriate ways how she can begin to contribute not only to our own family, but to invest in her ability to contribute to her family when she grows up, the family she has yet to have. Of course, life isn't all about work in the country, and it's important to make note of that. A child needs the opportunity to just be a child, and we make sure to give Lily that on a daily basis. Taking walks in the woods, running and playing with our dog Luna, and simply being, learning to pause and appreciate and enjoy the beauty all around us. These are the sorts of things we want Lily to grow up with. Well, thanks very much for watching our video on our approach to child rearing while living here at our cabin in the woods. We really hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. If you did, please give the video a like, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to the Cabin in the Woods channel for lots more interesting looks at what we're up to here in the forest.